on Marvelous Music. So, we're going to do a couple tumblers tonight. So it may be a little bit longer of a video. Not a super long one, because I'll cut in between when I'm putting the layers of resin on and stuff. But I've got an order for some tumblers. June, she's been with me, one of my subscribers, since probably I had 100, maybe even less. She's been around a while. I love you, June, by the way. Love you so much. She ordered some tumblers for me. A couple of them are going to be gifts, and one's going to be for her. Well, the one for her, she told me I could pick out of, sent her several designs. She told me I could pick. Well, I'm going to film hers, but I'm not going to release it until after I send her hers, because I want it to be a surprise. But the ones that we picked, we've got a couple here. We've got this one here, and these are pictures that I sent her off of Creative Fabrica. And then I printed it out on my vinyl. And then I've given it, it's got 3 coats of clear Krylon spray paint, clear coat. It's got 3 coats of that on each one. And then this is the other one. I haven't cut them down yet or anything. So this is the other one. Beautiful. And because on these, most of what you're only going to see is a little bit on the bottom, a tiny bit around the edge here at the bottom, and then a little bit at the top. Well, I go ahead and I paint the whole tumbler anyway, even though I don't have to, because you're not going to see that tumbler, but it drives me nuts not to have it painted. I don't know why. It does. It's just, it's a thing. It bothers me if it's not painted. Even though I know you won't see it, I have one in the house that I made. I love it. But I know that underneath it's not painted, and even though I can't see it, I know it's there, and it bugs me. So, I could have just painted around the top and bottom, like an inch up, 2 inches up, whatever, because the vinyl is going to cover it. But what I want to do with this is, and I'm going to do it with the other one too, but I'm going to do different colors, and I'm going to do it differently. So what we're going to do with this one is, I'm going to take my tack it over and over again, and I'm going to brush it on here. And I'm going to give it 2 coats. And then I'm going to brush on this that I got from Into Resin, this black glittery sparkle. Because it's got all different colors in it. Same colors that are in the butterflies. And I'm just going to do it right here around the edge and the bottom. And then we're going to let that dry. And then we're going to put on our vinyl. I'm going to give it a coat of resin. We're going to come back in and have the tape. Not washi tape. I'm going to use, have like a vinyl tape. I don't know where it's at now. But I'll get it out. I have a box of different colors and stuff. We're going to use that. And I'm going to go around the edges with that. And then give it 2 more coats of resin over the top. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to give it its 2 coats of tack it over and over. We'll start out giving it its first coat. I'm just going to squeeze some of this out on here. Come on. Get it down here to the bottom. I should have just had it upside down. I'm getting low on it, so that's part of why it's not coming out quickly. Alright, I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to open the lid and just pour a little bit out. Don't need a lot. It goes pretty far. Alright. We're just going to go around this edge right here. Now, I could make this go almost all the way to the bottom, but I like having enough of an edge that when I put the vinyl on, I know it's going to adhere. When I put the resin over the vinyl, I know it's going to adhere it to the tumbler. And I don't have to worry about it ever coming off. And my friends have got tumblers. I made them this time last year that are still gorgeous. So, actually done one before for June. It was the tiger one I did. Been a little while back. We did her a tiger one. It was beautiful. Beautiful tumbler. Alright. And this is going to dry clear. It's already starting to dry because I don't have a very thick coat on here. It's really thin. Make sure we get it all covered really nice. Alright. I think I got it all. Let me look at the bottom here right quick, just make sure. Bring it up closer to me. Alright. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to give it a second coat and we'll be back with that. I'm also going to give the other one. I did it and hang on, let me grab it. Let me grab it. Just right outside the door here. And this is the base color that I did the other one. And what I'm going to do on it, I'm going to do, because the butterflies and the flowers have pink and stuff in them, I'm going to do a pink chameleon powder. So, that's my plan anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and do the tacking on the bottom of this one as well. So, we'll be back when I have 2 coats of tacking on here and we're ready to put the powder on. Okay, we are back. So, this is dry. I've given it 2 coats. And on the other one, I'm going to use this. It's kind of a pink. And it shifts to blue and purple. And since there's blue and stuff in that other one, I think that'll be perfect for it. Alright. So now, we're going to brush this on. Oh, look at that. You see the colors in it? I don't know if you can see the colors in it or not, if it's showing. It is gorgeous. Can you see the sparkle in it? It's beautiful. if you can see this or not. Can you see? Yeah, there you go. Now you can kind of see it. Still can't see this. There you go. Now you can see the sparkle in it. There we go. I can't see the bottom. I've got to bring it up to me so I can see it. All right. There we go. It looks way more silver on camera, but it's actually very dark. Almost black, but it's just a little lighter, kind of a light gray, or dark gray. And then we got the bottom here covered. Looks like I've got a spot right here on this. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to let that one finish drying. Clean off my brush. And then we will do the next one here. We will do the next one. Okay. Should just use a baby wipe instead of a paper towel. There we go. Okay. So this color is Sienna. Oh, I don't think I've ever opened this. Wow. Never used it. All right. See the pretty color? Okay. Grab the other one here. We'll move this black one out of the way. All right. See that? That's pretty. All right. This is pretty. Oh, that's a beautiful color. What do we think? I think it's going to be gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Did I do its lid? Oh, here it is. Make sure we don't need a little bit more. I hate to waste this on here. Just gonna make sure we got all around the edges good. That's pretty. See, this is the color that I thought it would be pretty with it. Because we got these pinks and oranges and kind of all different colors like that, blues. So I thought that would look good with it. I do have these trimmed down now how I want them. These are beautiful. Very pretty. But I'm going to let this dry before I come in here and put the vinyl on. And then, like I said, we're going to give it a coat of resin. I probably won't show me giving the first coat. I'm just going to give it both of them a first coat after we put the vinyl on. And then we'll come back. I will put the tape, my trimming tape on here and make it look really pretty. And then we will give it its last couple coats. I will show at least the last one or two. Because I'm going to give it, it'll have at least 3 coats minimum. I do 3 coats minimum on a tumbler. If it needs to be sanded or something like that, some of them have 4 or 5 coats, depending on, you know, how they turn out. If they turn out really good, 3 if I'm lucky, but if I have to do any sanding or anything like that on them, or something happens, they get 4. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to let this dry. Cody's working tonight, so I'm going to go make me some dinner right quick, and then I will come back after dinner, and we will put the vinyl on and get these on the tumbler turner, and I'll get them in my tumbler carrying box. That way they'll be done in about 2 hours, and I can put the next coat on. I can put the vinyl striping on and the next coat. So we'll be back in a little bit, guys. Probably about 30 minutes or so. For you, it's only going to be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if that. 2 seconds. Alright, guys. Be back in a minute. Bye. We are back. So, this is dry. And we are ready to put the vinyl on it. I am going to put a glove on for this, because I don't want to get fingerprints on it. And I might put it, I don't know, I'm going to try to do it without putting a second glove on, because I don't want to touch it on the front. Alright, let me see here. Get this piece off of here. glasses on here so you can see what I'm doing. So hard to peel this back. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back just the end here, about an inch of it, and I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to put it back on so we can get it lined up before we stick it down. Alright. Here we go. So I pulled off this piece here, cut it off, and I put it back on. So now we're going to line this up. We're going to make sure everything lines up good. Want everything to line up right. That looks good to me. Okay. All right. Okay. So now peel this back like so. And as I go along, I'm going to run my hand along it as it goes around to make sure that it stays on here straight. I don't end up with any bubbles. I have my squeegee for it, but it works just as good with your hand actually. As long as you have the glove on. Don't do this without the glove, guys. Like I said, I don't want any bubbles, and I don't want fingerprints, because fingerprints will cause, when you go to do your resin on here, if you have fingerprints on here, it will leave like spots, pit marks, or whatever. And you don't want to go over this with alcohol because it's ink, and even though I've sealed it, I still don't want to wipe it with alcohol. So I'm trying not to touch it with my bare hands. Here's the bottom. And in the top, we just have the tan. And it butted up perfectly along the edge. I would probably put some of the decorative tape on right here, and then around the bottom and around the top is where I'll do that. But that's next round. And the main reason I do that is if something happened, because that tape doesn't stick down super great. So what I'm going to do is I put a coat of resin on, I'll put the tape down, I'll seal it again with my clear spray sealer to make sure the tape stays down. Then I give it a coat of resin. But just in case something happens and I have to sand, I don't want to have to sand back down to this. I have a layer of resin in between the tape and this. So that's why I did that. Because I am by no means an expert at doing this. So I'm like, okay, let me just err on the side of caution. Alright. So now, we have our black one here. We'll set this one over here out of the way. This said I'll go put it on the turner here in a minute and give it its first coat. Alright. Same thing on this one now. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to take the back. We're going to cut a thin strip off, put it back on, and we'll be ready to put it on. So let me move this up so you can see. Hopefully it doesn't take me as much to get this one loose. I think I got it first try. Oops. I said didn't and it went back down. Alright. Yeah. That would actually come off really easy. Okay. Like I said, we're going to pull it back. Not a lot, just need a little bit here. Alright. Then we're going to put this back on. Just like so. Same way right here. Ah, I did it on the wrong side, guys. I'm doing good. That's alright though, because at least here I know I did it long ways, and I didn't want to do it long ways. I wanted to do it this way. Do it on the short side, guys, not on the long side. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we take this one off right here. Perfect. Well, wait a minute. There we go. All right. I do have too much at the top here, but that's all right because I have a cutter that I set it on, and you just turn it around and it will trim off the edge. So I will use that on the top. Oh, that matched up perfect. Wow. Yeah, right here at the top, I've got too much. So, let me grab my cutter. I'll show you how to use that. And this is it. All right. I'm going to take it off the deal here. And you can adjust how high you want this to be. I'm going to raise it up just a hair. Not that much. There we go. And it has measurements on it. And I put it at 1/4 of an inch. And then you bring it up. Comes off like so, and if it doesn't come all the way off, just give it another little go around. Come on. All right. Get the rest of this off here. There we go. And we'll use our tape around the top of this. All right, let's get this last piece off here. Come Come on. Sticking my fingers here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. So we're going to put these back on the turner. I'm going to put these on the turner and give them a coat of resin, and we'll be back in a couple hours. And we'll put the vinyl striping on, and then I'll show you guys putting the last couple coats on. Alright guys, we are back. Got this one done. And we're ready to put the tape on it. Trying to kind of decide here what color I want to do. So we have this color here, which kind of looks like the color on the bottom almost. Let's see. Also have this one here. I feel like that's too purpley though. Yeah. I don't like the one I got out, but maybe, let me see what this one looks like. It's too purpley. I think I like this one. Alright. So we're going to pull this up here a little bit. Cut it nice and even. Alright. So we're going to start at the seam right here. There we go. Okay. There we go. Perfect. That looks really good. All right. Okay, right down the seam. And we're going to cut it right here at the beginning of the other one. There we go. Okay. Pretty. Then we're going to do the same thing up here. We're going to go around the top. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Very pretty. So now we're going to give it a coat of clear. And then I'm going to put it back on the turner and we're going to give it another layer. And then we'll do a second layer of resin, the final layer of resin over the top, as long as this next layer goes on good. So it looks really pretty though. It's a beautiful tumbler. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, I got to give it some clear. We're going to let it dry. We'll give it a little while to dry before we put our next layer on. So let's do the next one now here. Here's our next one. Very pretty, right? It's a beautiful tumbler. It's probably my favorite. I can't lie. But I like black tumblers with designs on them. Alright. Now I was thinking, because it's got this big pretty blue butterfly on the front, I was thinking blue. But then I'm thinking, well, what about green? Ooh, I have kind of an iridescent. No, that's too thin. I have this green. Nah, kind of like the blue better. Let's see what else we got. Yeah. I have a black, but it's really thin. What do we got here? Yeah, I'm going to do the blue. We're going to do the blue because I think it's pretty. Here, Cosmo, he's in his bed. He's in bed. I swear that cat's silly. Alright, that. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Where's our back? There we are. Alright. on this one, since we're already at the top, we're going to go ahead and start at the top. And since I cut quite a bit off the top, I'm just going to go ahead and put this just right on the line. Right here on it. Okay. Perfect. And we'll go down the center here. Okay. Perfect. All right. I'm going to turn it around and do this side now. Do the bottom. I'm going to do most of the bottom on the vinyl itself because I actually really like that sparkle on the bottom. And I don't want to cover a whole lot of it up. So we're going to put more of it on the vinyl than we are on the bottom. Come on. Just like that. On the vinyl. All right. And right there. Perfect. See the pretty blue? All right. So we're going to give this a nice coat of clear. I'll come back in, wipe it off with some alcohol, and then we will put it back on the turner, and I'll bring you back then, guys. Hello, guys. So we are back. I've got these on the turner here. I'm going to put you guys on pause for just a minute. I'm going to mix up my resin, and we'll be back to put the coat on. Hey, guys. All right. So I got it mixed up here. Got my resin mixed up, and I put some glitter in it, and it's called Not Your Mama's Pearls. So we're going to start with this one back here. Put some on the bottom here. Now when I do my tumblers, I only swipe that way. I don't go backwards because if you do, then you're pushing resin down into the tumbler and it's more cleanup for you at the end. So this way it's less cleanup if you just swipe to the front here, because you're not pushing resin down into the tumbler itself. Need more there. You can feel it when there's not enough resin on it. Like there's nice and smooth. Need more right here. Okay. I think that one's good. Now we're going to do this one. Do the bottom, and then we're going to swipe to the front. Just like that. Okay. All right. Right here. A little bit more on here. All right. Now, you don't want any bubbles. You want to torch it. Get my torch here. Be sure you get your bottom. All right. Perfect. So I'm going to bring you guys down before I put it in the curing machine. I'm just going to give it one more coat of resin, but this is what they're going to look like. So I'll put you on pause, bring you down so you can get a better look. Oops. Okay. So here's this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then here's this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'll bring them out tomorrow after they're fully cured and show you guys when I do tomorrow night's video how they look. Alright guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Look at that butterfly. Isn't that a reason enough to subscribe? I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Hope your resin cures beautiful. your craft projects turn out amazing. I hope you're all happy, healthy, safe, and blessed, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.